It's the Terry Sullivan Show. Today's guest, owner and operator of Ash's Smoke Shop, JC and Alissa. Now the man who makes working here a day in paradise on fire. It's Terry Sullivan.
Listen.
No.
Okay. But it was going to be really good.
Okay, go ahead.
See, I see you've been practicing that guitar over there.
Mm-hmm.
You did a couple of riffs that I taught you.
I like earlier how you said you're Terry number one and I'm Terry. You're more number two.
You're not even in the picture. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Thanks.
I've got JC and Alissa with me today. They own Smoke Ashes.
Ash's Smoke Shop.
Ash's Smoke Shop.
That's right.
I knew it was something like
Close
that.
enough.
We'll take it.
And Terry, these people are musicians. JC plays the drums. We could use a little bit of that around here because.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You should be back there just.
Yeah.
You guys should take this job. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And right, you can run the shop and we'll do some.
Perfect.
Alissa plays the keyboard. I tell you, we could use any of that and make it better than what it is. I can tell you that right now.
I thought it was pretty good.
We are here at your disposal. We love jamming.
You love jamming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Terry is, I don't know what to say about him other than he's been doing it a long time, and he's one of the best there is. Played for bands all over the world, travels everywhere and plays, and goes to Vegas and tries to play if he's sober. I didn't mean to say that. Hey, I didn't mean to say that. It just came out.
It did, didn't it?
We just tell my Vegas story.
No, we can just cut it out, man.
Alissa, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. JC, you doing well?
As well as I can be. As long as I've got her, she takes care of me. So
I believe that.
Yeah,
I believe if anything ever happened to Alissa, you'd probably be homeless.
And that's probably a very, very, very good point.
You'd probably just go live in a van down by the river.
And we do have a van, so we're halfway there.
So do you play? You're musicians as well. Do you play?
We do. We kind of extemporaneously, just whenever we feel like it. We do have a bit of a story. We have played Vegas before.
So you mentioned
him playing
Vegas.
in Vegas.
The other Terry played in Vegas?
Yeah.
We played a couple times there.
It was a late night.
Accident.
On accident. So it was at Rhythm and Riffs. Just quickly, it's a little bar. I guess it's kind of situated at Mandalay Bay. And it was really late. The band was playing. They're like, "Hey, is anybody in the audience?"
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. Play an instrument. She kind of did one of these, pointing at me, and I'm like,
ha,
"Whoa,
ha,
wait a second."
He's a little tipsy. Okay, so it's 3 in the morning. So,
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, haha, I'm gonna embarrass him. And then he's like, well, she sings. And I was like, get up here, both of you get up here.
Long story short, I jumped behind the drums. She grabbed the guitar. We picked out a song that we both knew. One of the guys in the band kind of picked up bass guitar, kind of fumbled along with it, and anyway, we busted out a tune right there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Officially say, yeah,
on stage. On stage.
It had to be fun, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had a blast.
Yeah.
So much fun.
So,
Now, how long have you guys been married?
A couple months, but been together for 9 years.
9 years?
Wait a minute.
2014. Yeah.
Wait, what'd you just say? You've been married for a couple of months?
Yeah,
Right.
February 10th.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
newlyweds.
How is it spending your honeymoon in the smoke shop?
That's what we want to do. Because we spent our time in Vegas. We got married in Vegas. We were there for a trade show. And everyone said, what do you want to do for your honeymoon? I said, go home, see my dogs.
See the dogs.
Yeah.
I just want to be home.
But you've been together how long?
Since 2014-ish, yeah.
So what'd you do? I mean, did you just say, hey, you know what, it's time to get married?
Well,
More or less, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
We just kind of do whatever we want. We're just very spontaneous. And if we want to do something, we try to go after it. And if we can accomplish it, then yeah. Or if we just want to go to Vegas and get married,
That's what we do.
that's what we did.
So, I mean, you have a very successful business in Denton, and you just opened up a store here in Old Town Louisville, which seems to be going Well,
So far, so
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
Can't complain.
Well, how long have you been in Denton? Now, first of all, let's talk about the smoke shop.
Sure.
It's called Ash's Smoke Shop.
That's right.
So, what does that mean? What kind of products do you have? What do you offer, and that kind of thing?
Well, you want to start?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, we're like think of a head shop. I don't know if you've heard that term either. We sell glass, papers for like cultured people who like to smoke certain things. I don't know
Tobacco.
if I can say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you sell cigars?
Yeah, cigars now. We've
Yeah.
always sold cigars, but now in Lewisville we have a walk-in humidor, which we've always dreamed of. It's pretty awesome.
And it's beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
you got a lot of cigars in there. And do a lot of people smoke cigars these days?
I think it's becoming a bit more trendy. That's why when we decided to build the store in Lewisville, we thought, you know what, let's do a humidor. So it's really picking up. We're starting to move cigars, and I think it's kind of a thing now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we're
and-
excited about it.
And it's a different
Absolutely.
demographic here.
Yeah.
Because in Denton, they're very much like college students, and I don't think they're really into smoking cigars. I feel like smoking cigars is a little bit of more mature
Yeah,
thing to do.
Mature
Like me.
crowd.
Mature crowd, yeah.
like me.
Right, I could see you sitting up right there with a cigar.
I don't need any comments from you people out there. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's a good idea. I should smoke a cigar right here.
Right.
I don't see
You
why
don't
not.
even
We should
have
have brought
to
him
light
one.
it. Just have them Photoshop some smoke on it.
You know, whether it be lit or not, I'd choke.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would. I really would. I've tried to smoke a cigar before. I hope my mother doesn't watch this because she doesn't think I do anything like that.
Just shut cheers, brother.
Yeah. But I was playing golf one time up in Denton, and everybody was smoking cigars, and I tried to smoke a cigar. It just didn't work out for me very well.
Same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So let me ask you this: what brought you to Lewisville? You got a successful shop in Denton. What brought you to Old Town?
well, I think part of it is number one. Both of us have been around the area for a long time. We live in Highland Village. We kind of split the difference. We saw how up and coming the area was here in Old Town. We noticed the development. The new development departments are this way, over here, and over there. The space looked great. We have our own parking, which is kind of rare along that main drag on Main Street, and it looked like a great location, and we jumped on it.
So do you split your time? Are you in Denton and are you in Lewisville? How do you do that?
we kind of bounce back and forth. We have 9 people. It's either 9 or 10, and so we just kind of bounce back and forth. Right now, we're spending more time in Lewisville for obvious reasons, just kind of getting inventory set up, getting everything on the shelf just like we want it, kind of make it into our baby again, kind of like what we did in Denton, and back in what I call the early days.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And we have a my manager Annabelle, and then there's Chris, Jake. There's a lot of people that help out while we're not in Denton. Like they could run the store. We could,
Yeah.
pass away, and they're just like,
Yeah, you
okay,
just have
we
fun.
got to run the store. Yeah, they don't even need us really.
And you're very good at it because you weren't there, JC, when I went to the store last week. But I went in and Alissa was just a ball of fire, and it was like I've known her for decades. That's the way she comes across to people, and that's really good for
I
a
think
shop.
so.
Well, that's nice to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
very-
really enjoy it, and I want people to just have a good time in the store.
Yeah.
It's like instead of them being a kid in the candy shop, I feel like they're the candy when they walk in. Like, oh my gosh, welcome! Like, check out our store.
Yeah.
See what we've done. Like, what do you need?
Well, there's almost no one that walks in there in a bad mood. Generally, anybody that comes in, they've already paid their rent, they've already paid the electricity, they're coming in with money they've got left over at the end of the month.
necessarily true.
It's not the liquor store where it's like, well, you might be down on your luck and whatnot. They're coming in to buy stuff. That's their fun money. So in general,
Yeah.
we don't have many people come in that are upset. They're all really happy to be there,
Yeah.
and that sort of thing. And once they come in and they see her bouncing around or others, man, it's game on. So
Her
it's just a whole
bouncing
lot of
around
fun.
is right made me nervous. I said, that girl right there has got energy.
Oh yeah.
And then there's
Yes,
two
I do.
dogs that came out to greet me. One of them was named Weed.
Oh, Minnow. We call her Bean.
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 Yeah, she's the baby. She's our forever puppy. She looks like she's a couple months old, but she's over 1.5 years.
What a nice touch for the shop. Both dogs come out, and they're the same way. They're just very nice.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they go sit in this big beanbag chair, and that's kind of where they stay.
Yeah, that we did not intend to. That was the only place we could put it, and now it's stayed.
Well, I
It's
opened the
stayed.
box and it just blew up into this giant chair.
JC, it's
I love
giant.
it. It's
Yes.
amazing.
You can get a whole family on the thing.
I agree. I know.
I wanted to lay on, and I probably would have laid on it if the dogs hadn't beat me there. And I was afraid to jump on it because I was afraid, hey, they're going to say, no, that's my thing.
Yeah.
But you jump on it and they go,
What do you sell most of?
Delta 8
Yeah, Delta 8 now.
and nicotine devices.
Yeah, like e-cigs,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
People are,
And some glass, mix in some kratom. It's a good mix. Yeah.
So the vape thing has really taken off in the last 5-10 years, I guess, something like that.
Yeah.
How has that affected tobacco sales?
Well, I think cigarette sales. We do stock cigarettes if that's what you mean. We don't hardly sell. I mean, it's probably 10 to 1 versus vape cartridges versus or e-cigs versus packs of cigarettes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we need to keep cigarettes there in the store, and we do sell cigarettes, but it's probably 10 to 1.
yeah, we make more profit
like
off
that.
of the little nicotine devices. I probably have one I could show you. Or,
I want to see it.
oh, okay. This is one of them we sell. It's a little. Oh, that's my perfume bottle.
Did you bring me a cigar?
Oh man.
We should have. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
JC,
That's one of them.
I'm gonna have to ask you to go get my cigar.
Right.
So
we're just right around
this
the
is a vape machine.
Right. Yeah. So it's ready to go. You take it out the package and you just pull on it, breathe it in.
And it's got strawberry kiwi. That's the flavor.
Yeah.
Why are these so popular?
I believe probably because they last a while. They don't stink. You can smoke them pretty much anywhere and get away with it.
Yeah.
And definitely in college towns or working people, they get stressed out, and nicotine's probably a good way to just kind of calm you down a little
Mellow
bit.
out a
Are
little bit.
these as addictive as nicotine?
Yeah, I would say so. I've never tried to get off and stop smoking these, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah. I never have either, but I see a lot of people using these, and I mean, why? Why these over cigarettes?
Maybe they taste better.
Taste better.
Yeah.
Easy to conceal. You just hit it anywhere. I mean, I can hit it right here, and it wouldn't really bother anybody. It's not.
What does that mean? You can
The
hit
smell.
it.
Well, there's
Sorry.
there's no
I can-
combustion.
I can
There's
When
no
you say-
smoke. It's
when
not
you say-
smoke.
inhale it into my lungs.
Oh, so when you say hit it, that means you can inhale it.
Yes.
I don't know this
it's
lingo.
Kind of like
Yeah,
if you were
yeah.
passing a fancy cigarette with a wacky tobacco in it. And you say, "Can I hit that?" You would. I'm sorry.
Did you hear what she just
Can
said?
I say some of these?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
Wacky cigarettes, no,
Something
wacky
nuts.
tobacco. You know what she's talking about. I know you do.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
If you're into that, I mean.
Well, that you should mention. There's no combustion with a cigarette. You're lighting it with fire, so you've got combustion, which makes smoke.
Thank you,
There's no
yes.
smoke there. That's just vapor.
Right.
So there's a little difference there. I mean, I don't like smoke. I don't like campfire.
Yeah.
All that. That sort of thing. So it's a little less obnoxious, I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
In public. Maybe that's another, positive there with those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe a bit healthier without the combustion, without the burning, without the
But we
chemicals.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Can't
We
claim
don't- we
anything.
definitely don't use that as a selling point.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I mean, kind of
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened in your shop in Denton?
Oh,
the
gosh.
funniest.
Funniest.
Oh, well,
I've
think
had
about it.
some crazy stories.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's the one thing that you would call Alissa and say, "You're not going to believe what just happened"?
It's been a
might
while
have-
since I've actually worked behind the counter there, so I'd have to dig really.
Yeah, go to the
deep thing.
past. You
Go
had a
to
lot
the
of
past.
crazy times there.
We
I don't
have.
know, Abby, weird dog stuff.
Yeah,
in
some
the
dog
blanket, The
stuff.
cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, we did have a dog at one point that she was kind of senile and old, and she would. Maybe this isn't the funniest, but she would get up from behind, the back. It was a little greyhound, a little tiny greyhound.
She ran
What was
the
she? A mini
store.
greyhound?
She's a weirdo.
Or, I forget the type of dog
Like
that
a whip,
was.
like a.
Yeah, not really whip it, but she was old, and she would get up with her blanket and just kind of walk around the store almost like with a wedding dress on, and pretty much mop the floor, come out and say hi to everyone, but she would just drag her blanket
She would
around with
steal
her
your
all around the
beers.
store. She would steal your beers, knock them over, drink your beer.
And sometimes we'd put a little cigarette in her mouth, not lit, obviously. And
Not lit.
she didn't even notice it was there. She would just walk around, saying hi to everyone.
Just saying hi to everyone with
Like
a
our little
cigarette in the mouth.
mascot, yeah.
So I got to say that was funny. That may not be the funniest thing, but that's something that
That
definitely
sounds
comes
funny
to
to me.
mind.
Sounds
Definitely
funny.
something comes
It's
to
a
mind.
good memory because she was a weirdo, but she entertained us all.
And a good shop dog.
Right.
Yeah.
How long have you guys worked together?
Well, as long as we've known each other.
15, yeah.
Yeah, since 2014 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Something like
Is it
that.
hard working together?
No.
I don't think so. We've been together. I think we've been apart for one day. We were thinking about that one time.
Yeah.
She took one trip down to Austin with a friend, and we've since cut that out because we don't like being apart. but yeah, one day in the number of years we've been together.
We're together every day.
Yep.
JC, what's your favorite thing about Alissa? If you could name one thing that just gets you up in the morning, what would it be?
Well, she absolutely takes care of me. She doesn't criticize me. She keeps me healthy. I mean, you said one thing. I named like three. So, but we maybe combine all those into one, and I think that's it. So.
What's the one thing you can't do without? If somebody said, all right, what's the one thing that you can't do without with Alissa?
The one thing I can't do without, well, it's really hard to pin it down to one thing, but the one thing I can't do without would be how much I think she truly cares for me and takes care of
You're
me.
gonna start making everybody cry over
I
here.
know,
What
I
kind
know,
of podcast
I know.
is this?
That's when I brought my shades, because here goes.
But that's,
Here
you know,
goes.
that's
Here we go.
romantic.
Here
That's
we go.
romantic.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep.
What do you like most about JC, Alissa?
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Here we go.
This will be a short conversation.
So I'm a weirdo, right? I have my ups and downs, and he just lets me be me. I'm super weird. I'll sing and dance around and really happy, just kind of jump up and down like a child. It's just a weirdo. He just lets me be me. Never really judges me for anything ever. So just appreciate that a lot. It's like be myself. Everyone wishes they could just be themselves around their significant other, you know?
Yeah. And he lets you be you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does that get challenging, or is it just, that's just Alissa? Well, how many times do you say, somebody says,
Probably.
what? And you go, that's just Alissa.
Sometimes
I almost never, because while I don't think anyone knows her as well as I do, everyone does know her pretty well, because we have kind of a small circle of friends, so to speak. And so I never have to make excuses, nothing like that. It's just like, oh, well, there she goes again. Just in the back of my mind, So everyone knows her really well. So.
What makes people come to your shop? There's a lot of smoke shops out there.
Yeah, you know what? I think other than the fact that I think we're nice people, and we hire nice people, and we're welcoming and that sort of thing. I think the branding has a lot to do with it. I think our customers like to be a part of. Everyone likes to be a part of something, and I think we've done well with our branding. Everyone in Denton has a T-shirt. Everyone likes to kind of feel like they're a part of something.
Well, also,
you can take it from there.
Our crew is so great. I mean, I
That
love
too.
them.
That's kind of where I was going.
They're really smart. They know what they're talking
Yeah,
about. They work
yes.
hard, and they treat our customers just like any other, like their friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when they walk in, I want my employees to be. I know if they're listening to this, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I've heard you say that a million times." We want our employees to be the teacher and the customers to be the student. Like when you walk in, there's no stupid question. There's, they just take care of them. Like they're their friends.
Yeah. What's the biggest
Probably
challenge
knowledge,
that you've
too.
had opening up a new shop?
The news shop.
Just scheduling and getting, I think, the contractors there on time to get it done, at least for me. I mean, I find ways to cut corners, not necessarily with getting things done right, but just I do have a little bit of a background in construction, so I know the guys to call, know the guys not to call. But sometimes, the guys that I do call, they're a little bit less expensive. They don't show up on time, or they don't show up. They may tell me Tuesday, but not which Tuesday,
right.
Or not be really, they're not super reliable on. 2:00 means maybe 6 p.m. the next day, that sort of thing. So we've had a little bit of scheduling issues trying to get the shop finished up, but that was probably the most challenging part. Other than that, it's been pretty smooth, so to speak.
So I think we're pretty lucky if that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think that's kind of normal. I mean, opening up a new shop, whether it's building a house, building an apartment, whatever, I think that's kind of normal for things to get delayed, and it causes anxiety and all that kind of stuff. What's the one thing when you're building the shop in Lewisville, and you've been open for how long now? A month?
Maybe 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah, we
Something
opened
like that.
Valentine's
Day.
Yeah. What's the one thing that you could, advice that you could give to other people that are opening their own business? What's a piece of advice that you could give them?
Well, you got to be able to, I think, know part of. Okay, we opened Lewisville. You know, thinking in Denton, you got to almost be in the right place at the right time.
There you go.
You know, so to speak.
And know about your products and what you're about to be opening. And have some knowledge in that. You have to maybe have some background in mechanical engineering like this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so. I think the marketing, like I
yeah.
alluded to a minute ago. I mean, I think that's really important to get your brand out there. But yeah, just being able to maybe predict what's going to be, what your customers might want, kind of like the Delta 8, what we did there and what she did and what she's been a huge part of.
The demographic.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
The demographic, where you're at, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
The location, of course, everybody
location.
says that. But
How
yeah,
involved
we've
are
been
you in
successful
social
doing
media?
that.
How involved? We try to be pretty involved. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and I think that's it. They won't allow us on TikTok because of the products that we sell. But we try to stay pretty involved. I have some of my employees, like Chris and Jake, they help me out with posting things and taking pictures and kind of keeping up with that for me.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you're making decisions for the business, do you consult one another about every decision?
Not necessarily.
No.
I mean,
Bigger
we will.
decisions,
I mean,
yeah.
but bigger decisions, yeah, most
Just like, hey,
definitely.
what do you think? Or what's your opinion?
But in general, it's gotten so big now. I used to try to do it all myself, and now I can't do it. I don't even try anymore. So we'll split it up. I'll do certain things. I mean, I'll make the decision on insurance or how much insurance we need, whatever. I don't talk to her about that. If she wants to go order something or put something new on the shelf, she doesn't necessarily tell me, and I'll open a box. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's like, oh, okay, well, here we go, and then we'll throw it up on the shelf. So
Right.
some
He
of the
does all
bigger
the
stuff for
boring
sure.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what she likes to say. I do all the boring stuff now.
But it's very
so.
important. It
Yeah.
keeps the store running. And I help with the employees, the products, and some of the social media, and just make sure everyone's taken care of.
What's your favorite thing to do?
At the store or just in general?
No, at the store.
I like to meet the new people that come in, and just, at the end, I want them to be so happy and want to come back, right? Because everyone's worked so hard, including all my employees too in Denton, that I want to create that. I want them to come back. I want them. That's Ashes.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
yeah. I think you do that well.
Yeah.
I really do. What's the one thing that he has taught you in business? If you could say, you know what, this is what JC has taught me.
He's taught me confidence, that's for sure, and how to not jump at every opportunity, because sometimes it might not be the right decision
Or the best deal.
or the best deal.
Negotiate pricing.
So he's taught you how to be still sometimes.
Yeah, how to put down my foot
Yeah, yeah.
so I can be soft.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has she taught you, JC?
Well, she's taught me some patience, I guess, more than anything else. Patience in terms of just maybe slowing down a bit, because I like to. We do travel a lot, and we go to trade shows. And I like to say, and maybe I'm getting off topic a little bit, we go to trade shows, I kind of break it up. 50% is putting our face in front of everybody, because I like to know everyone. Everybody in the business knows us. 30% is probably trying to find new products for the store, and then 20% is reordering. But that 50%, backing up a little bit, putting our face in front of everybody, is talking to everybody. And I do like to do that, but I do like to try to get through the trade shows. So she's taught me to be a little bit patient. Let's slow down. Let's talk to these people. Let's kind of, stick with the game plan, and make sure these people know who we are.
And I know who they are.
And let's continue to develop the relationships. And if we make it through the trade show, great. If we don't, let's we still have this next day that we have, or the next one to get through, and then
Because we really
we'll
like to
adjust the
know.
plan. That
We
sort
really
of
like to
thing.
know
So
about
patience.
the companies who we're buying from.
Yes, absolutely.
Talk everyone's face off.
So, well,
No, you were talking to me. I was listening to you, and so I
Yeah.
want to hit on that. So
Yeah.
you really like to know the companies that you buy products from.
absolutely.
And why is that? I mean,
Because we like to cut, like, this is our store, this is Ash's, this is who we are, and if I have a terrible product in the store, then that kind of makes us look bad. Same as if we have an employee that's rude to our customers or rude to our other employees, and it makes us look bad.
Well, I go back to developing relationships. I want the best deal possible.
Sure.
I want you to know who I am. I want you to, if I call and tell you I need, 100 units of this, that, and the other, there's not too many I can call, and they say, okay, fine, they'll send it to me. I'll have it the next day, 2 days later, and then I might or might not get an invoice for a month.
Right.
They know who I am. I mean, they know they're going to get paid. End of story. That sort of thing. Whereas, not having, a relationship like that, they might get back to me next week.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah, so we like to back the product and get good deals.
Well, you have great products, and you have a great store. I mean,
appreciate that.
Yeah, you really do. I didn't. Of course, I'm in Lewisville, so I didn't know that you existed in Denton. But I enjoyed being in the store. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come in about every other day just to smell.
Okay.
What a great. It's kind of like barbecue. People love to come in here and they go, "Boy, it smells great in here." Well, that's kind of like a tobacco store. It just smells great. But I didn't get to go into the humidor.
Oh, it smells amazing.
My word, I'm gonna have to do that.
It's all Spanish cedar.
Yeah.
Her dad actually finished out the interior for us.
No kidding.
He had a blast building it.
That's his baby.
He had some. Yep, absolutely.
What do you want people to know? Not necessarily about your store. What do you want people to know about you?
Know about us? Well, I keep going back to where we started, that we're nice people, we're good people, we like to be inviting, welcoming, we're not a bunch of jerks. Like, back in the day, when we started the store in Denton, when I used to go into head shops when I was younger, I used to feel maybe a little bit intimidated, and even now, I see some of the younger guys come in, they'll go park way over in the corner and then just kind of slip in, a little bit intimidated or afraid to even go into a head shop or a smoke shop, and some of my first experiences going into head shops where you walk in and you get the whole, show me your ID, right when you walk in the door, and then you're kind of intimidated, you don't want to ask any questions, and if you do ask a question, are you going to get yelled at, or you're going to be embarrassed, that sort of thing. And I just want to be known as those guys where you feel comfortable, you walk in, the dogs run up,
we're welcoming, we're accepting.
You're welcoming, you can ask whatever you want, and then at the end of the day, if you're buying tobacco, you are going to get ID'd at the point of sale. Kind of what we have to do, but we're not going to make you feel uncomfortable or embarrassed about it. It's just going to be a comfortable, inviting experience the whole time.
You're both great people. I have
Absolutely.
not met you until I met Alissa last week, but JC, not until today. But I wish you all the luck in the world. You're really wonderful people, and you have a wonderful shop, and I hope everybody goes to it when they have the need to do that, to go or whatever.
Or just to come look at it. Pet the dogs.
There you go. I
That's
appreciate
free.
you. I appreciate you being here with me. Good luck to you, Terry. Let's go, buddy.
Absolutely.
Very good. You're so awesome over there. I would never say that on camera, but